Hey guys, it's Justin, aka Hambone, just here to let you know a couple of things that we have going on with the channel. One, we have a Patreon. If you can and want to support us, you can do that. As little as $1. You can join the Discord. We also have a merch store where you can get some cool shirts, mugs, and stuff with all of our different shows and labels on there. And thank you for all of our supporters that have already been there with us.
What is good? What is happening, everybody? It's your boy Fares and Muthana, and welcome to another great edition of the rally. But I'm not alone. I'm never alone. I got my main homie, Adelia Chamberlain. Adelia, how are you?
I am starting to feel a little better. I've been very sick, but the time change and everything's kind of got us both screwed up a little bit today.
Yes.
So I think this might be a lower energy version of the rally.
Yeah, you're right. But you know what the best medicine is? Tennis paradise. Tennis paradise. Yeah. That's what it is. Inject this into my veins. But before that, I want to make sure everyone, like Justin said, we do have a Patreon, everyone. We have 4 tiers. Tier number 1 is our $1 tier. We do have a Discord. You get into the Discord, as well as another benefit to the $1 tier. You get our Patreon only show, LGR After Snark. They just filmed an episode, I think, yesterday. It's live now. They had guests. The Prodigal Son, Josh Cohen, returned, as well as co-guest star Danny's fiance was on the show. So that's what you get from that $1 tier, as well as the $5 tier. You get our Pick'ems leagues. You get our full-length reactions to movies, TV shows, anything. You get unedited, straight up raw, no edits. You see everything. As well as coming up in March, it is March Madness. You will be getting entry into our March Madness bracket challenge. You win, you get a piece of merch, whatever you choose, we give it to you. The $10 tier is all about the fantasy and the family. Fantasy. $5 tier as well. The return of Behind the Curtain is coming back in a couple weeks. You'll be also getting that in-depth conversation with members of our team. So make sure to remember that as well. $10 tier, like I said, fantasy and family. Fantasy football, you get an entry to our fantasy football league, as well as we get to watch shows, movies together. We react together. We have fun. Like I said, LGR family and everything under. But then $15 tier. This is the one that gets you more bang for your buck. You are the executives. You dictate content on the channel. You request a video a month, and we make a video of that topic. We got a couple requests this month. One from Brandy. She wants me and Justin to talk about soap operas. See, that's a little wrinkle to the Patreon request. You request a topic. You request the members of the team to talk about it. So Brandy requested soap opera topic, and she requested me and Justin talk about it. Our favorite soaps. Do we watch soaps? Do we hate soaps? We're going to talk about it. As well as Brennan Marr requested a video about Oscar wins that make you feel good, and he wants me and Danny to do it with him. You can also show up on these videos as well. You can show up, you cannot show up, depends on what you want to do. As well as the last benefit of the tier, you get to cash in once a month on an appearance on any show, anytime you want it. A little birdie told me one of our patrons named Ryan, big hockey fan, may cash in his appearance on the comeback of the playoff beards. So those are the patrons. So Adelia, let's get down to something more patriotic. I just made up that word. That word doesn't exist. I just made it up.
I was gonna say, what does that mean?
That doesn't mean. I just made that word up. But tennis paradise, injected into my veins. Just tennis.
I love 24/7 so much.
Oh my god! You know how many I missed matches because there was other matches going on. There's 6 matches going on at the same time. So I missed a couple.
There's 8 or 9 courts at Indian Wells. So there's always something happening. Yeah.
There's always something happening, man. It's 8 matches going on at the same time. I miss some, and I'm very angry that I don't have 8 screens because I would put on like 8 matches at the same time. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll put like 8 matches. I'm gonna be real, but I only have 1 screen at work, and I only have 2 screens at home, and I'm very upset. But let's talk about it, Adelia. First off, a couple of the first round matchups. We're gonna talk about the man with the hips of steel. His hips don't lie. Mr. Andy Murray defeats Tomas Martin Echeverria.
Tomas Martin Echeverri.
Tomas Martin Echeverri. 6'7", 6'1", 6'4". That man doesn't know what a quick match is nowadays, Andy Murray. He doesn't know what it is. Another 3-set epic because on the tour you only play 3s. Back then you would play some 5s. Murray, 6'9". In the aces, it was 6'9" Echeverri. Double faults, 3-4 Echeverri. First serve percentage, 64% Murray, 61% Echeverri. First serve points won, 67 for Murray, 69 for Echeverri. Second serve points won, 67% Murray, 38% Echeverri. Break points, 4 out of 20 for Murray, 1 out of 5 for Echeverri. Adelia, what was going through your mind when you're watching Andy Murray just beat Andy Murray once again with his hips of steel?
Well, Andy Murray is... I love watching Andy Murray play. I have since he came onto the scene as a teenager. I love that we still get to see him play, but dear God, he has to start learning how to win matches in straight sets, which I am happy to report he did win his second round match in straight sets. The first time he's won in straight sets since October of 2022.
Yes.
Like it has been only winning in epics for a very long time now. He's won all 7 deciding sets he's played in 2023. He beat Berrettini, saved a match point in 5 sets in the first round in Australia. He recovered from 2 sets down to beat Kokkinakis in 5 sets in Australia. Then in the first round of, I think it was the first round of Doha, he saved 3 match points against Sonego. Then he wins a 3-hour epic against Zverev. Then recovers from a set down against Muller. Saves 5 match points against Lehechka in Doha before losing in the final to Medvedev. And then now here he's recovered from a set down in the first round in Indian Wells. He, through the end of this match, he'd played 31 hours on court in 10 matches in 2023, which is absurd. That's like averaging a 3-hour match. And I am just really happy that he has managed to win this match. And I'm happy that he was able to recover from this match and win the second round match. He got a little bit of lucky. He was supposed to play Pablo Carreno Busta. Carreno Busta had to withdraw, so he played, what was his name again? Radu Albot, won in straight sets, 6-4, 6-3. And now he's got a very exciting matchup against a young British player in Jack Draper in the third round.
Absolutely. Guys, by the way, we're breaking down rounds 1 and 2. We watched them together, so that's what we're going to do. We're talking rounds 1, matches in round 1 and round 2, so I don't want anyone to get no confusion. But yeah, Murray is like, what's going on? Like, dang, thank you for the tennis. I just want to say, first of all, thank you for the tennis you're playing, Andy. You're giving me a lot of tennis to watch. I appreciate that. But at one point, you need to stop giving me a lot of tennis, right?
Yeah.
You need to start winning. But the problem is, age. I feel like age is the problem here. I feel like age in the hips. That's why he can't shut the door on these youngsters like he used to. And you know what? Jack Draper, he almost beat Rafa Nadal in Australia if he didn't cramp up and couldn't move.
He could have, yes, he could have beat Rafa.
Yeah, he couldn't move back then. So Andy Murray better watch out. Andy Murray better watch out with that Jack Draper young buck.
Yeah. Matt Roberts of the Tennis Podcast had joked around the other day after this match. Has anyone created a "Did Andy Murray win in straight sets" account yet? One of those Twitter accounts where it just posts, "Is it so and so's birthday today?" No, or whatever. He was joking around that someone needed to create one that was, "Did Andy Murray win in straight sets today?" And then he did yesterday, win in straight sets. So I was very happy to see that. Mm-hmm. But I'm really looking forward to this matchup against Jack Draper.
Mm-hmm. Adelia, the second match on the docket. What break it down for us?
Rebecca Peterson in the first round defeated Marta Kostyuk, the Austin champion, 7-5, 5-7, 7-5. This was a really tense match. Peterson had 2 aces, Kostyuk had 6. 4 double faults for Peterson, 17 for Kostyuk. It was a terrible serving day for Marta Kostyuk. First serve percentage, 67% for Peterson, 57% for Kostyuk. First serve points won, 57 for Peterson, 68% for Kostyuk. Second serve points won, 45% for Peterson, 33% for Kostyuk. Peterson won 8 of 19 break points. Kostyuk won 7 of 19 break points. There were multiple multi-deuce games in the final set of this match, and it was tense to watch. You have the natural tension that can build in a match. It was just really, really high. Like I said, Kostyuk had just won the title at WTA Austin a few days ago, and Peterson had just made the final at the tournament in Merida, Mexico, the week before that, I believe. So they were both in good form. Rebecca Peterson did qualify for this tournament. She didn't get in on her ranking, I don't think. I think she was a qualifier. Could be wrong about that, but I think she was a qualifier. But that was a big win for Rebecca Peterson, and kind of disappointing for Marta Kostyuk. But also at the same time, I kind of understand it, because when you have that high of winning a big tournament right before a big tournament, and you've never won a tournament before, usually players will sort of not win their first match. And we saw that with a lot of players that won in the last few weeks. Donna Vekic won Monterey and lost immediately in her second round match. Her first match that she played. So I just thought this match was really good.
All right, I agree. But also, Adelia, you did watch also the is it the Jordan Thompson defeating Stefano Tsitsipas match? What were your thoughts on that match? Because Thompson beats Tsitsipas 7-6, 4-6, 7-6. Which is funny to me when you see it like that. So Peterson beats him in the long sets, but Stefano beat him in the short set, the 6-4 set. So what was going through your mind on that match? What were your thoughts?
Jordan Thompson is a good player. He's a very good player. He's beaten some top 10 players before. I don't remember exactly how many, but I don't think I didn't expect him to beat Steph. Steph has some sort of shoulder injury I was reading about. I don't know how bad it is. I don't know how much it affected him in this match, but there was definitely an issue with his shoulder. Thompson had 11 aces, Tsitsipas had 8. 0 double faults for Jordan Thompson, which is when you can have a match with 0 double faults. That's very, very good. Stefanos had 3. First serve percentage 66 for Thompson, 65 for Tsitsipas. First serve points won, 77% for Thompson, 83% for Tsitsipas. Second serve points won, 64% for Thompson, 51% for Tsitsipas. That's really the biggest discrepancy in their serving performance, was that second serve points won. Thompson was 1 for 5 on break points, and Tsitsipas was 2 for 5. This is a match that really Stefanos Tsitsipas should not have lost, but Jordan Thompson just went out there and played a really good, really solid match and took it from him in that final set tiebreak. And I mean, it was a deserved win in the second round. And Stefanos' quest to be number 1 at the end of the Sunshine Double is over. He had to have won both tournaments to reach that point, and he's obviously not doing that now.
Damn shame for Stefanos Tsitsipas. Now we're getting down to the monster, the machine, the woman that's just chewing up people and spitting her out. Iga Swiatek defeats.
She looks like she's moving around the court on a hoverboard.
Literally,
as Basham said.
They're just flowing. She's just flowing left and right, up and down. It's insane. Iga Swiatek defeated Clara Liu. Clara Liu? Yeah.
Claire. Yeah.
Clara Liu. 6-love, 6-1. So she got a bagel and a breadstick. That's what she got. She got a bagel and a breadstick, which is funny to me when you look at the stats of Iga Swiatek only had 1 ace. She had 1 ace. She had 1 ace. She had 3 double faults. Her first, but here's the discrepancy right here. First serve zins were 73 to lose 57. First serve points won 80% for Iga Swiatek to 38 for Liu. Second serve points won 55% Swiatek, 33% Liu. And the break points, Liu did not break Iga's serve. couldn't
Lou
break.
didn't have a break point.
Never had a break point. Swiatek 5 out of 9 on break points. Swiatek just cooked it. I looked up like this match went by very fast, very fast. I think it was like, don't quote me on this. I think it was like 2 hours and some change.
It would have been much less than 2 hours.
No, yeah, because it's a 3-match set, right? I think it was an hour.
I'll look up how long it was. You keep talking.
Yeah, I think it was like an hour and a half, maybe. But yeah, it was beyond ridiculous with her. She lost 26 total points in the match. Iga Swiatek lost only 26 points. It's mind-boggling how she's playing. She's mad that Barbara Krejcikova beat her in Dubai. She's
This
not
match
very.
was an hour and 6 minutes.
An hour and 6 minutes. So I was way off.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I knew it was nowhere near 2 hours long. There's no way.
No, because the Ash Barty match usually were 2 hours, an hour 30.
No, not always. Depends.
An hour? Wow.
Yeah. This match was shorter, I will say, than Felix Auger-Aliassime's first set in his match.
Don't even get me started on him, man. He annoys me.
Well, we're gonna have to bring him up.
He annoys me, man. I'm
hour and a half long first set for Felix. Iga was done in less time. Completely done.
I'm so annoyed by him. He irritates me. But we see that Iga Swiatek, the world #1 seed, is dominating, and she wasn't going to get upset. But we did have some upsets on the male side. The ATP had a couple of upsets, 13 of them, in fact. One of them being the Jordan Thompson beating Stefanos Tsitsipas, as well as Martin Fucsovic defeated Alex de Minaur 6-4, 6-2.
De Minaur, another one who had just recently won a tournament. So
exactly. So that tournament, before the tournament curse, is kind of alive and well. Alex Molcan defeated Molchan defeated Borna Coric, right? Chorich. You say that name. You say Chorich. You say the second
Here,
one as well.
I'll do this.
Do the name.
Alex Molchan defeated Borna Coric. Adrian Manarino beat Lorenzo Musetti.
Mm-hmm.
Taro Daniel beat Matteo Berrettini. Jason Kubler beat Grigor Dimitrov, who had to retire 3-0 down in the third set.
Mm-hmm.
Emil Rusevori beat Roberto Bautista Agut. That's a really good win for the young Finnish player. Jack Draper beat Dan Evans. So Jack Draper is going from one British player in Dan Evans to another British player in Andy Murray now.
Mm-hmm.
Ugo Humbert beat Denis Shapovalov, something that never should have happened ever, but somehow did. Stanislas Wawrinka is back. He beat Miomir Kecmanovic.
Stay in the man.
Ilya Ivashka beat Bodik van de Zandschulp. Christian Garin with a really good win, beating Yoshihito Nishioka, who was the 29th seed. And Alejandro Tabilo beat Maxim Cressy. Those were the ATP upsets.
Mm-hmm. So, I want to point out one of these matches, the Taro Daniel match and the Matteo Berrettini match.
Mm-hmm.
For a moment at the end of the match, Daniel looked like he was about to give it away. Like he kept messing up. It looked pretty bad. He was like, "Oh my God, is he gonna choke right now? Is he gonna choke right now?" But then Taro kind of like relaxed himself and finished off Berrettini. I quite enjoyed his resolve in that part, because that happens a lot when you're about to win. You can't in certain athletes, not even just like tennis players, just certain athletes. When you're about to win, you don't, because the hardest thing to do in sports is finishing the victory. Finishing the victory is one of the hardest things. That when you have the victory is right there. It's right there. It's finishing it. And sometimes people don't do that. But he did.
Yeah.
He took out Matteo Berrettini, who's a very good tennis player. I'm a big fan of Matteo Berrettini.
Matteo is a very good tennis player.
Matteo Berrettini.
You said it correctly.
Matteo.
Very good. That was a good win for Daniel. He lost the second set in that match 6-love to Berrettini. So to come back and win in the third is a good sign for him.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Other ATP results with the seeded players. Carlos Alcaraz beat Thanasi Kokkinakis in his first match back after the injury he had in Rio. He looked really good in that match, so I think Carlos is in good position. Casper Ruud won, I think, only his 4th match of the year, beating Diego Schwartzman, which is a good win for him. Taylor Fritz beat Ben Shelton. Fares, you wanted to talk about that match a little bit?
That and the Rude match, both of them. But we can continue
Okay,
on
well-
the victories. Just go through the results, then we'll go back to talking about those
Okay.
matches.
Daniil Medvedev won his 15th straight match, beating Brandon Nakashima. Andrei Rublev beat Yuri Lehechka pretty handily. Felix Auger-Aliassime beat Pedro Martinez. Like I said, an hour and a half long tiebreak first set, and then won the second set 6-4. Hubi Hurkacz beat Alexei Popyrin. Cameron Norrie beat Wu Tung Lin. Yannick Sinner beat Richard Gasquet. There was a crazy thing in that match that Gasquet, I don't remember if it was that match or Gasquet's first round, but Gasquet hit a two-handed backhand at this tournament, which is strange because he has one of the most beautiful one-handed backhands in the world. Alexander Zverev beat Pedro Cachin. Karen Hashinoff beat Oscar Atta. Francis Tiafoe wearing a crazy-ass shirt at this tournament. Like, I mean, it's insane.
I think that's going to be the common theme at these tournaments. First,
Yeah.
Diapo with a crazy ass shirt on.
He beat Marcos Giron. Tommy Paul beat Jan Leonard Struff. Alejandro Davidovich Fokina beat Yu Wubing, the Dallas champion. So another recent champion goes down. Francisco Chirondolo beat Jack Sock, and quite frankly, after Jack Sock lost to a part-time player who works as a financial analyst in Delray Beach, I feel like everyone who's seeded or even not should be beating Jack Sock. Sebastian Baez beat Rinky Hijikata. Talon Greek Sport beat Guido Pea. And we talked about Andy Murray beating Radu Albot already. His first straight set smash win since October 2022.
All right, good. So now I want to go to the Casper Ruud match. Casper Ruud looked very nice. He looked very good against Diego Schwartzman. I love the way he moved around the court. He kind of took control early and just kind of like made Schwartzman pop back and forth. Ruud, man, he's getting back his form. I think, Adelia, when you told me he went on that exhibition tour with Rafa, I think that really hindered his beginning of the year because he needed a time to just relax.
Yeah, Casper went on the exhibition tour instead of doing like a training block, and then he did his training block in February, and I think it's starting to pay off.
Exactly. And I think he's hey man, watch out for Casper Ruud. Watch out for Casper Ruud. Someone I think Bastian tweeted out something I think quite awesome. You know, he said pioneers in their country, world number 4s, and really good people, and it was like Casper Ruud and Ons Jabeur, and you realize, oh snap, they're both world number 4s, they're both pioneers in their country, and they're both really nice people. So it's kind of like really like, so Casper Ruud was pretty nice in that match. Diego Schwartzman.
I love Casper was on Tennis Channel after that, and they were asking him about the TikTok video that went viral that his sisters took wore all his gear and was pretending to be him, and he called them clout chasers.
He called them clout chasers.
It was great.
Phenomenal. See, he also has personality. See, he has, like, everyone knew, like, oh, he just made fun. Like, it's funny. Like, he doesn't, it's like funny. He's funny. He has personality. I love Casper Ruud. Big fan of Casper Ruud. But Taylor Fritz beating Ben Shelton. Taylor Fritz, the defending champion, and doing well. And, local kid, by the way, as well. Ben Shelton didn't give Taylor Fritz this match. He wouldn't give Taylor Fritz this match. You got to take it from Ben Shelton. You got to take it from him because this kid, he comes in with a ball of fire and he wants to take you out. I'm a big fan of Ben Shelton. I'm keeping my eyes on you, Ben Shelton. Who, by the way, I don't know if he's allowed to defend his NCAA World Championship or tennis championship. I think he's done. He's done with college.
He's done.
All right, you're done with college, Ben Shelton. Now let's start winning some tour events. But yeah, man, Ben Shelton came in with his the lefty stroke. Big fan. Taylor Fritz, Taylor Fritz, he knew he had to fight, and he beat Ben Shelton. But it wasn't like Ben Shelton rolled over. But he had to take it from Ben Shelton. And I think American tennis, the American tennis men are going to have him and Taylor Fritz are going to be great representations of American male tennis, because these men, they don't roll over. You got to kill them. You got to kill them on the court to take them out. Don't give them a sliver of life, because they'll take that sliver and win. And I quite enjoyed this match. I quite enjoyed this match.
That's good.
Yeah.
We also had 11 upsets on the WTA side.
One
Jill
more thing,
Teichmann
Adelia.
took out what?
One more thing. Yo, Felix, dog.
Yeah.
Hurry up. Hurry up, dog.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That
Hurry
first
up.
set that Felix played was insane and dumb, and he should have done much better.
Yeah. The WTA upsets.
We had 11 upsets on the WTA side. Jill Teichmann took out Belinda Bencic in the third set. They, of course, are doubles partners, both Swiss players, and Belinda
That's
Bencic. Yeah, it was a little strange. Bernarda Pera beat Ludmila Samsonova in a third set tiebreak. Karolina Mukova beat Victoria Azarenka. Karolina Mukova, for some reason, is only playing Indian Wells for the first time. Like, she's always been injured or something and missed
What?
Indian Wells. I found that
Really?
very crazy to me. Yeah.
Wow.
Victoria Azarenka going down there to her. Wang Xinyu beat Ekaterina Alexandrova. Sorana Cristea won a 6-1 set against Madison Keys, and then Madison retired. I didn't see that. I didn't see why Madison had to retire. I don't know if she's ill or injured or what, but that was a surprising result to me. Emma Raducanu beat Magda Linette 7-6 in straight sets 7-6, 6-2. Rebecca Peterson, after that big win over Marta Kostyuk, came in and played Zhang Shui, and she retired 3-love down in the first set, so she's through to the third round. Vivara Gracheva, who made the final in Austin against Kostyuk, beat Petra Martic. Marketa Vondrousova beat Marie Buskova 6-1, 6-1. That was a very surprising scoreline to me.
Mm-hmm.
Lesia Sharenko beat Donna Vekic 6-2 in the third. Like I said, Vekic had also just won Monterey, I believe. Linda Noskova, a very, very, very good young up-and-coming Czech player, beat Amanda Anisimova as well. So there were a lot of upsets in the second round of this tournament.
Yeah, if you think about it, like the only upset here, I kind of like say, is it really an upset? Is it though? Is it though? Is the Emma Raducanu match? But everything else,
By
really
ranking, it is.
By ranking, it is. By ranking, it is. Like, it's absolutely. But I really don't think that's kind of an upset. And like Emma Raducanu, I watched that match, and she had to fight in the first set because Magda Linette wouldn't lament, and it got to. She won the tiebreaker 6-2 or 7-2, or Magdalene only had 2 points in the tiebreaker. That's what I meant. So so it's best of 7, right? Best 2-7.
She probably won at 7-3 because I have it written down. She won 7-6 with the 3 for the tiebreak. So
okay. So last time I checked, it was 6-2. It was 6-2. So probably it was 6-3. Then she won 7-3. So yeah. So she, like, the tiebreaker was handily in hand for Emma Raducanu. I think she was been dealing with some injuries early on.
She had tonsillitis this year too.
Yeah, so she's just not been healthy at all. Like, just zero health. And I just think when she gets healthy, she can start putting on the gas and going forward and winning more matches. And I think that's the biggest thing is health. Health with Emma Raducanu. And I'm a big fan of her. She's really good. That match with her and Coco Gauff at Australia just showed me how great these two young women are. And Emma Raducanu held her own, but I don't think she was healthy, so Coco took her out. And she flows back and forth very well. She's very light on her feet. And in tennis players, if you got stone feet, just call it a day. You're not gonna win. You got to move side to side, up and down. And she's very light on her feet, and I think she's pretty good. That Emma Raducanu, pretty good. More results.
Other WTA results. Arina Sabalenka lost 2 games against Evgenia Rodina, 6-2, 6-love. Her and Iga look like they're on fire, and that could be the potential final already since they're on opposite sides of the draw. Jessie Pegula came back from a set down to beat Camila Giorgi. Ons Jabeur came back from a set down to beat Magdalena Freck.
Yeah.
Caroline Garcia beat Dalma Golfi. Coco Gauff. God, I almost said Coco Vandeweghe. That's a very different person. Coco Gauff beat Christina Buxa. Yeah, shout out to Kiki. Maria Sakkari came back from a set down to beat Shelby Rogers 6-love in the third. Daria Kazakina beat Tatiana Maria. Elena Rybakina beat Sofia Kenin. That was a very good, high-quality match. 2 tie breaks there. Veronika Kudermetova beat Anna Blinkova. Beatriz Haddad Maya beat Katerina Siniakova. She came from a set down in that match. Petra Kvitova beat Elizabeth Mandlik. Barbara Krejcikova, the winner in where was that? Dubai.
Yeah, Dubai.
Just beat Diana Yastremska pretty handily.
Mhm.
Karolina Pliskova came back from a set down to beat Anna Kalinskaya. Paula Badosa beat Nuria Parizes Diaz. Martina Trevisan beat Madison Brangle. Yelena Ostapenko beat Alexandra Sasnovich. Anastasia Potapova beat Wang Jiu. Anna Kalinina beat Linda Furatova. Furatova, another really good young Czech player on the rise. Leyla Fernandez beat Emma Navarro. And Bianca Andreescu came back from a set down to beat Peyton Stearns as well, which has led us to some really interesting third-round matchups in both the ATP and the WTA. In the ATP, we've got Carlos Alcaraz versus Talon Griekspoor. Alcaraz should win that.
Well, I just want to point out a couple. I did watch the Paula Badoza match versus her opponent.
Right.
Paula was very good. Do the break point, right? We talk about how she deals with the mental, right? And there was a point where it looked like she was faltering, like she was like, "Oh, she's losing this," and I think she's not gonna. But then she held back and she got her resolve. It was one of the point where Diaz ties it up, set 5-5. It was ties it up 5-5, and I'm like, oh no, here it comes. Paula's gonna choke, and I'm very scared. But Paula Badoza kept breaking Diaz's serve. Like he just towards the end of the match, every time she had a chance to do break points, she got him. She got most of them, and I think breaking someone's serve is harder than winning off of a serve. Personally, I don't know. I'm not a big. I've only followed tennis for 2 years, but from my eyes, breaking a serve is really more impressive than serving for points. And I think Paula Badoza, she was winning the hard way, and I quite enjoyed it as well as a couple of off-field stories for Yelena Ostapenko. Her biggest nightmare, the electronic line judging faltering came to fruition, where apparently the electronic lining messed up one of the serves, and someone had to reserve their first serve, and she was visibly upset. And you know what, Yelena, this time you are correct. You are correct. Also, as well with her, the Latvian government is cutting off her funding apparently, because she's participating in tournaments with Russian and Belarusian players. But that I say, she doesn't organize the tournaments. It's not her. Like, what is she supposed to do? Not compete? Not make money? There's Belarusians.
There is not a tournament that she can enter that she can guarantee there would be no Russian or Belarusian in it. There are so many Russian players and Belarusian players, so I think that's rough.
That's rough. I don't agree with it personally myself. I think that was a dumb decision. I just called it stupid. I don't really care. I also watched the Marie Sakkari match against Shelby Rogers. There's points where Marie Sakkari looked like she didn't know what the hell tennis was. She's like, "What's tennis?"
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on right now. And then she resurrected herself. By the way, full disclosure, everybody, we're recording this as rounds 3 are kicking off. So technically right now, Marie Sakkari's playing. So I just want everyone to know this, so people will be like, what time did they record? They don't know what's going on. Yeah, we know. We know what time it is. The games have started. Cam Norrie's playing, Marie Sakkari's playing, and Casper Ruud playing. So I just want full disclosure to the fans out there. Love y'all. But yeah, Adelia, the third round matchup. So we're going to talk about. Continue.
Carlos Alcaraz will be taking on Talon Griekspoor. Alcaraz should win that pretty easily, I think. Casper Ruud against Christian Garin. Taylor Fritz versus Sebastian Baez. Baez is a very good clay court player. He's gotten up to the 30th seed here at this tournament. I don't think Taylor should have too much trouble with him, though. Medvedev will play Ilya Vashka. Rublev versus Umber. A match I'm really looking forward to is Holger Rune against Stan Wawrinka.
Yeah,
that should be a good one. Felix Auger-Aliassime against Francisco Cherundolo. Hubi Hurkacz versus Tommy Paul. That should also be pretty good. Cam Norrie, as you just mentioned, is playing Taro Daniel. Yannick Sinner has got Adrian Manarino. Alexander Zverev against Emil Rusevori. Karen Hashinoff will play Alejandro Davidovich Fokina. That should be a pretty good match too, I think. Francis Tiafoe against Jason Kubler. Jack Draper versus Andy Murray, as we said. Alejandro Tabilo versus Jordan Thompson, and Alex Molchan versus Marton Fucsovic.
You know, I'm a big fan of Adelia that no one really talks
what?
about. I'm a big fan of Yannick Sinner. Big fan.
Sinner's great.
Big fan. I love that guy, man.
He needs to have a breakthrough and win a big tournament.
Yeah. I don't want him to be that guy that was in the epics but loses the epics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want him to be that, you know, like, oh man, y'all remember that match with Carlos Alcaraz at the US Open? Oh, who did he face? I don't remember. Oh, Yannick Sinner, that guy. I remember. Yeah. I don't want him to be that guy. I don't want him to be that guy.
No. I think he's doing the right sort of things. He's got Darren Cahill as a coach now, and I think that he's on the right path. I just think he hasn't had that breakthrough yet. On the WTA side, we've got Iga Swiatek versus Bianca Andreescu. Please, dear God, make it so that I can watch that match live. Arina Sabalenka versus Lesia Sharenko. Jessie Pegula is playing Anastasia Potapova. Ons Jabeur versus Marketa Vondrousova. That should be another good match. Caroline Garcia versus Leylah Fernandez. Another good match. Coco Gauff versus Linda Noskova. That could be tricky for Coco. Sneakily tricky for Coco. Maria Sakkari is playing Anna Kalinina. Daria Kazatkina versus Varvara Gracheva. Elena Rybakina versus Paula Badosa. That is another one that I need to watch live, if at all possible. Veronika Kudermetova versus Karolina Pliskova. Beatrice Haddad-Maia versus Emma Raducanu. That should also be really good. Petra Kvitova versus Yelena Ostapenko. Another really good match. Kuchikova versus Wong. Trevisan versus Mukova. Para versus Kristea. And Peterson versus Teichmann are the
tennis paradise,
matches.
baby. They call this tennis paradise.
So good.
They call it tennis paradise. The
reason why they call this the fifth slam.
God, sweet baby Jesus.
It's going to be so good.
Inject this into my veins.
I mean, yes, please.
Yeah. All right, so Adelia.
Fares.
I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go watch some tennis. So, guys, thank you guys for joining us on the rally. Again, everyone, I want everyone to I want y'all to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell so you know when our videos drop, when we go live, you know it right away. This video is going to drop right away. So you know our thoughts on it, thoughts on rounds 1 and 2. So it won't be
We're 3 subscribers away from 100 on the channel.
2 subscribers away from 100. Please subscribe. Your mama, your grandmama, your sister, your brother, your wife, your ex-wife, whatever. Just all of y'all subscribe. All of y'all subscribe. All of you. So there's that. Thank you so much. You can find me at Fares Malone on Twitter. Find me at Adelia Chamberlain on Twitter. You can find us
at Adelia Chambo.
At Adelia Chambo on Twitter. You can find us here on the Let's Get Ready Network, the Highlights YouTube channel, every Monday, 3 o'clock. Good friends, better rivals with my main man Caleb. Adelia.
Every Tuesday, 3 o'clock, starting 11, the English Premier League wrap-up show with my buddy Snark.
So there it is. Y'all have a wonderful night. Stay safe. Go watch some tennis. And y'all,
get your rally merch.
Wait, no, that's golf. Sorry.
That's golf, Fares.
Sorry.
It's very much golf.
What's the tennis phrase?
I don't think there is one.
There isn't one? Okay. We got to make one. Backhand.